matter?
Yeah, the whole PD's here.
Isn't that gun broken? Does it even matter?
It's broken as fuck.
The thing is, I think the law is like you can bring a broken illegal gun to cops, but you can't like just have that shit. Get it!
Oh my
He's not breaking out. Watch. He's not breaking out either.
Get the
He's too
Civil War
washed. He's too
memorabilia
washed.
now!
He's not gonna break out. He's too washed, bro. Watch.
Get the memorabilia!
What are
get
you
the
doing,
memorabilia!
bro?
I gotta try to pull you out the car, bro.
Get it! Steal the
What the
artwork!
fuck? What the?
Oh, okay.
What in the? Okay, oh.
He stands behind the car. I'm dead, by the way. I'm
dead.
dead.
Oh,
Well,
He stands behind the moving car.
God, bro. These cops are such insane, man. Oh my God.
hey, stand behind a moving car and then shoot at us. Yeah, do that more. That's cool.
Hey, the key sucker.
Bro.
Yeah, do that.
Why did we get shot? Why did we get shot, man?
Is the car
The
out?
car's broken. The car's broken.
Wow, man. He stands behind the car. I'm chopping. Okay.
Hey, get out of here.
He's inside the car wash still.
Come out of here.
Hey, you! Get out of the car! Get out of the car!
Hi.
Now the freaking car. It's got a legal window tint.
Get out of the car! I don't think this guy can get out of the car. Oh my god, he's not looking so good.
Oh.
There, pull him out. I'm gonna get the sirens. Sirens will kill us all if you give it long enough.
How will we destroy this?
Okay, I am ready to go. I see that Moosebeard has shown up. I assume that both other sides are ready to go at this time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, then without further ado, I'm going to call in to session this bench trial,
Oi,
the
oi.
23rd of January, 2023, and we have the people versus Randy Bullet. Mr. Bullet, you have a few charges here. Do you want to enter a guilty plea for the blanket, or do you want me to go through one by one?
Just blanket, not guilty, sir.
Blanket, not guilty. All right, I'm just going to go through the charges just for the record, but we do have a no guilty plea. We have assault with the deadly, felony obstruction of justice, criminal possession of a firearm class 1, possession of contraband in the 3rd degree, felony possession of heroin, and misdemeanor possession of controlled dangerous substance, oxy, or meth. The defendant has entered a blanket plea of not guilty. We are going to start proceeding with officer testimony. I'm going to have everybody who's going to give testimony here right now raise your arm. I swear you all in at once. All right, do you all swear and affirm you're going to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalties of perjury? So help you, Wayward.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But I got a question. Is the guy with the orange hair not testifying?
Nah, it's not. It's
Hey!
pretty
It
much
would, be,
like
it
a-
would be the same testimony.
I want him.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
Okay,
all right.
I guess
You're
he's
being
also
called to
He's
the
my
now,
witness
sir.
then. Yeah.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All right.
Same thing, sir. Swear and affirm the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury. So help you airborne.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Whoever is going to take the floor first, feel free to step to the podium and begin your testimony when you're ready.
Okay. Okay. It was today, about like half an hour ago at most. A radio call came in about an individual that was running down Strawberry Avenue near GG gas station with a class 2 on his back. It was like a AKS 74U, I think. Myself, Tips, and Moosebeard, who are in the crowd, or like on the prosecution, we're all riding together. We say that we're en route to that call. We arrive on scene to that call. There's just an individual, like standing at the side of the road. He says, like, "Yep, I'm just, I'm listening to you guys. I'm listening to you guys. How about we talk on the side of the road? How about we talk on the side of the road?" Officers are out of the car. Some like guns pointed at him, just to make sure he doesn't do anything. Some like just walking over to him. Booba says, "Let's get this guy in cuffs." I think an attempt for cuffs is made on the individual. But he breaks cuffs. That individual with the class 2 on their back is Anthony Murphy. Anthony Murphy? Whichever way he prefers it. When he breaks cuffs, a black and colored like compact kind of like vehicle, like a coupe. I think it was a Ford Focus, maybe in description. Just a black, like the first kind of car that you would get when you're a teenager. That pulls up to scene. It pulls forwards, hitting both myself and Anthony Murphy in kind of just like a quick shunt forwards. The Anthony Murphy is kind of like barreled to the side. I'm like knocked to the side of the road. I get up on my feet. I just stand still. I have my gun in hand, not really doing anything. I then hear from the vehicle, watch this, watch this. The reverse lights come on, and then the vehicle goes like reversing back down the road and over me. I believe whilst this is going on, Anthony Murphy is placed into cuffs after he tried to get inside the vehicle. Because the vehicle had now ran me over twice, I lift my weapon, I shoot into the front left. Oh my god. What the?
So fly, I just grabbed it out of the air.
Whoa, you just grabbed that thing? That's... Whoa. Because the vehicle had ran me over twice, I shoot into the left, front left of the vehicle at the driver's seat position. The vehicle tire also pops, I think just from like a stray bullet. I believe that the driver is incapacitated at that point. I begin to pursue on foot down the street, then decide that they're moving too far and get back into my car. I follow the car down the road.
Yeah, they can lie.
It then crashes out into like a what was it, like the garage, the car wash thing. It crashes out into the car wash. An individual in all black gets out of the vehicle. I stop pursuing that individual in all black. The individual that's remaining in the back of the car is incapacitated, and he's pulled out of the car. I continue to pursue on foot with the individual in black. He's eventually apprehended. I wasn't the one that searched the defendant, but yeah, he has possessions on him. And that's it.
All right. Just to clarify for my notes here, perhaps you had mentioned it, but I skipped over it in my notes. Where in the vehicle did the individual in black get out of?
As in which side or whereabouts?
Yeah, where was he positioned in the vehicle and before he got out?
So the vehicle originally was driving straight, southbound down Strawberry, and then it hooked a right, then eventually crashed out by the car wash, and then he got out on the left-hand side.
Okay, and was he in the driver's seat then?
At that point, yeah, he was in the driver's seat.
At that point, was he always was he not in the driver's seat earlier than that, or was he in the driver's seat for the entire situation?
So how I'm articulating it is that the individual that was in the driver's seat was shot and incapacitated because no other officer actually shot other than myself.
Okay.
I think maybe one other did, but I couldn't tell you who. And then the individual was incapacitated.
GG, we won.
Moved around in the car and was dragged over by his friend to the back seat. Then the individual in the
Chat,
passenger.
look at this picture
started
in the
to,
report.
take
Is this not a
control of the
gunshot right
vehicle,
here?
but it was
Gunshot
not
right
in
here.
condition to still
Yes!
drive.
We're winning. We're winning.
Okay, and so the one in the
It's
black
over.
was the one that was originally incapacitated, or that was the
No.
person who was...
The defendant today is the defendant today is believed to be the original driver of the vehicle during the first incident, and then once incapacitated, was pulled around inside the car to a new driver, which was this individual in the black, who is Mario, I think.
Okay, nope, that's what I was trying to identify what the situation was here. Okay, I think that clears it up for me. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm winning. We should win anyway. I don't care if he argues, how do I switch seats while I'm dead?
Any other questions, Your Honor?
Taka moved me, but they don't know that.
Your Honor.
What makes you feel like this man was the original driver?
So what makes me feel that this man was the original driver was that first off, I heard a voice from the cabin go, "Watch this," and then get reversed over, and then I shot maybe 4 to 5 rounds only in the like front left of the vehicle, and I had like an angled view of it, so that I was shooting through like the front right window as well. Sorry, front left window as well. So it was pretty much,
It's over. It's over.
albeit through tinted glass, still like reasonably landing in a grouping near the where the
Okay.
driver should be.
And the voice you said, "Watch this," you're attributing to the defendant today?
But I couldn't with like a shadow of a doubt say so, but I believe it.
Certainly.
That's
and-
how
I-
I'm like
wasn't
showing
it Taka?
intent behind
I
the.
got you. Nope.
yeah.
I got you, Muller. I'm just trying to make sure I have a good grasp of how this is going down for the identification. And then my other question is, were any of the other people who were in that vehicle while you were shooting, were any of them others struck by bullets?
Unknown. I don't believe so. The only person that I believe received medical treatment on scene was Mr. Bullet, the defendant.
Okay. That's all of my questions. Do any of your fellow officers have any questions for you?
Yeah. How does it make you feel knowing that you shot down a man from the same country as you?
Very valid question.
Well, you see, I have no allegiance to the flag.
What? Huh?
I don't care about England. England is dog shit.
Really?
As-
Like,
as soon as we
Jeez.
voted leave, I realized as soon as we voted leave and maybe like 6 rounds of a Tory government, the government was dog shit. Fuck England.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Jeez, Max, I never knew you felt that way. Holy cow. All right, all right. Any other questions in patriotic or not, Moosebeard?
No, I think his testimony pretty much covered everything. I think we're good.
All right. You gonna go start a new country somewhere, Muller? Secede? Maybe have a war of independence or something like that sometime soon, maybe?
Could do that. No, I don't know. I don't know whether I'd like to fly back and go home to Tough, you know?
I got you. All right, all right. Okay, Mr. Bullet, any questions for the officer here?
Yeah. So you said you got hit by the vehicle multiple times, twice, I believe, in this statement. Were any injuries happened or occurred, and any reported to the EMS?
Yeah, I actually spoke to an EMS member while you were getting medical treatment. There's an individual from the Los Angeles Fire Department that I asked to look over my like little bumps and bruises and little grazes.
Any serious injuries, anything like that? Or what were your injuries? Sorry.
My injuries weren't anything severe. They were just like grazes, bumps, stuff like that. But,
Okay.
yeah, just dinged around a little bit.
All right. And when you were shooting at the vehicle, where were you standing?
I was standing to the like left rear, kind of at an angle, maybe like a foot or 2 foot away from like I guess the like rear passenger door on the left hand
So
side.
you'd say like opposite the back left brake light, like in that sort of direction?
Kind of there, yeah.
Okay. While you were shooting at this vehicle, was it moving?
Yes, it was moving forwards, yeah.
Okay. Now, if you look at the picture of the Mercedes or the fake Mercedes, that vehicle, as
Yeah,
it's
whatever-
been
whatever
debadged,
it is,
whatever
yeah.
the fuck it is,
Yeah.
you can see there's a bullet hole under the back windshield. You see that?
Let me look.
It's like the gray like bullet hit.
With photo of vehicle.
Yeah, photo of vehicle.
Goes to a vehicle, you see a bullet shot has been hit in the back window, just below it.
Yeah, I see that.
So, okay. Do you believe there was any other officers shooting?
I believe one other officer may have shot because a tire definitely went, and I was not aiming for tires.
So there is still a possibility that multiple bullets went through the car that you are unaware of.
Potentially, yeah.
Okay. And to your knowledge, where was my incapacitated body found in the vehicle?
You would have to ask.
No problem.
I was driving over when that happened.
No problem, sir. No problem. What? So when you got ran over twice before shooting, did you see the driver with your own eyes?
No, it had incredibly. Oh, that's a good reminder. It had incredibly illegally tinted windows. There was no way I could see into that vehicle.
All right, no problem. That's all. That's all my questions, sir.
Okay. Any like?
Also, I have one more.
Okay.
Were there multiple individuals in the vehicle? To your knowledge?
Yeah, it was yourself and Mario. To my knowledge, at least, those were the only two that I knew were in the vehicle.
Okay, perfect.
Just to clarify, was that at least 2 or only 2 to your knowledge?
Only 2 to my knowledge. No one else
so-
was called out, like leaving the vehicle or anything like that.
Oh, I mean, I got a question then. So so how was Anton Murphy in the car then as well? That would be 3, sir.
No, negative. So in my testimony, I said that he attempted to get into the vehicle. The first time, I think, when you pulled up on scene, you hit myself and him, and then the second time he like tried to get in, but got tased. I believe that's when he was cuffed.
Anton Murphy. Okay, all right, that's all. That's all my questions, sir.
Okay, wait a sec. I got another one here. So when the vehicle pulls off and you open your gun and fire, where's Anto Murphy at that time?
Oh, he was like, oh, honestly, I think he was to the right of the
Was he
vehicle.
not in our car chat?
Like almost like not directly next to the vehicle, but like nearer to the sidewalk, almost like parallel to me.
Okay, sir. Okay. All right. Okay, that's okay. That's everything. Is that everything for you, Mr. Bullet?
Yeah.
All right. Back over to the prosecution for redirect. You got any questions?
I don't think we have anything else.
Sorry. Yeah.
No,
All
we're
right.
good.
All right. Nothing else. Okay, Muller, step on back.
Okay.
Moosebeard, you up next?
Ahoy, Captain Moosebeard, Pirate Lord of the CPD.
It was Taco. Taco was.
This is like Muller said, this happened about 30 plus minutes ago. We got a call on radio. Actually, I should say I was riding with Muller, Tips, and myself. We were all in one vehicle. We got a call on
Cody
radio
was there as well.
indicating that officers had a suspect outside of Strawberry gas station with a Class 2 weapon on his back. We weren't too far. We were kind of around Alta Street at the time, so we responded pretty quick. We got there and we saw a individual in gray with a large Class 2 weapon on his back. Officers on scene, Booba, and I'm not sure who else. We're trying to have the individual detained. I exited the vehicle with my pistol in hand just in case. When I noticed a black hatchback come up to the scene, they were coming from they were southbound on Strawberry, kind of coming from Adam's Apple area. They entered the scene rather quickly and actually struck Muller when entering the scene. I was called out on radio and I said, they're trying to pick him up. Like, don't let him do it. The individual in gray went to get in the vehicle, but he was tased and he hit the ground. The black vehicle then pulled ahead further south, like towards Innocence. I ran out kind of to the driver's side area with a baton. I was going to attempt to pull the driver out, but then the vehicle backed up. I too heard them say something along the lines of, watch this. And then he backed up and struck Muller again. The individual in gray was still attempting to get in the vehicle. And that's when I witnessed Muller put several shots into the driver's side of the vehicle, kind of exactly where the driver would be sitting. I ran further south down Strawberry in case the vehicle was to flee. There was a couple of things on scene that made this a little concerning. The first being the individual with the class 2 weapon. The second being the vehicle that had already struck officers twice. I mean, once we can usually look past, but the second time is kind of like it might be time to consider an escalation. And since we didn't have anybody who was mobile at the time, I went for spike strips. And so as they were pulling away from the scene after the shots had been fired, I threw down some spike strips and I ended up getting the 2 left side tires on the vehicle. So those 2 tires went out. The vehicle took a right and was going westbound on on Innocence Boulevard. And it kind of went out of my sight before I heard on radio that the vehicle had pulled up or had stopped next to the car wash. I got in the car, I went over there, pulled up to the vehicle. Mueller was indicating on radio that he had one individual on foot who was running around kind of behind Forum Drive between Innocence and Forum. I stopped at the vehicle and noticed that there was an individual sitting in the back seat. I ordered him to get out of the car. I didn't realize that he was actually incapacitated, so I then had Richard Tips pull him out of the vehicle while I assisted in the foot pursuit that was just on the other side of the car wash. I think that's pretty much it. Then we were on scene. We documented the vehicle. We got medical for the suspect.
Okay. Couple questions from me. Are you aware of how many officers fired on scene?
To the best of my knowledge, it was only Mueller.
Okay.
What he believes to have been the tires popping was when I put down the spike strips.
Okay, that's what my follow-up was. Do you believe that what Mueller described as the possible shots fired hitting the tire to pop it, you attribute that to you putting down spike strips?
Yeah, absolutely. Just the tip of my spike strips managed to get their 2 left side tires as they were fleeing away from where they had been shot at.
Okay.
I believe Mueller and I on scene were the only 2 that, as soon as the vehicle struck an officer twice, decided it was time to kind of escalate this and then to take action against that vehicle.
Okay. The second time when the vehicle backed up, like where was and Mueller got struck, like where was Anto in relation at that time? Like how close was Anto to whatever was happening?
He would have been about equidistant from, like, Mueller and him were about the same distance away from the vehicle, so he would have been backing up to attempt to pick up Anto, and then struck Mueller at the same time.
Okay, so I guess from your vantage point, my question is basically, do you think that whatever the driver did was intent to hurt Mueller, or was it intent to pick up his Anto?
Overall, I believe the intent was to pick up Anto. However, it was done in a very reckless manner.
Okay.
With no disregard or no regard for striking officers.
What kind of speeds are we talking at when he was hit? Like, were the tires squealing? Was the brakes
Yes,
pumping?
my brother!
Or was it like what kind of speed was the vehicle going at?
They weren't incredible
Yes.
speeds. I mean, the distance from when he came to
Mario,
a complete stop to when he actually struck
tell
Mueller was
them
maybe
there was
about
multiple
20
people in
feet
the
or
car,
so
and I wasn't
maybe
driving.
got up to 30 at most, 35 maybe.
Tell him this. Basically, we pulled up. There was a guy in all black driving. You were the passenger. You got caught. There was 5 people in the car.
And then also,
I was in the back. I got shot. Multiple bullets went through the car.
Prosecution, any questions?
And that's pretty much it, right? Just pretty much proved I wasn't driving.
Mr. Bullet was pulled out of the vehicle. Where was he pulled out from?
He was sitting incapacitated in, like, what looked to be the back and middle seat, actually.
Okay. And you're sure about that?
Yeah, when we arrived on scene, I was driving the Charger. I held a gun up to the car and immediately saw a suspect in the back. And from my point of view, directly behind the car, it didn't look as though he was incapacitated. But then I kind of made like a swoop around towards the driver's side of the vehicle and noticed that he had his head down and he wasn't responding and he wasn't looking so good.
All right, that's all I got.
All right, over to Mr. Bullet.
You said you were attempting to spike the car, correct?
That is correct. I wouldn't really say attempted since it was a success.
Well, you did.
but yeah.
So you spiked
Yep.
the vehicle. Well, you were setting up to spike the vehicle ahead of the vehicle, correct? Obviously, that's the
That's
only way you
correct.
can do it. Now, the only way for the vehicle to avoid the spikes was to reverse, would you say? Or if that's leading or not, I'm not sure, but answer, I guess.
You are allowed to lead on cross, by the way. So
Oh,
no
say
problem.
that, brother. Listen, I know what the
Yeah.
fuck you did, right? You put the
Right.
spikes ahead of him, so the only way for that car to reverse or to avoid the spikes was to reverse, correct?
No, that is incorrect. The shots had already rang out by the time that I was getting into a position ahead of the vehicle to place the spikes. It wasn't until the shots had rang out that I decided to make the call to place spikes.
So while the
The
vehicle was...
vehicle had already
Okay, sorry.
backed up and hit the officer before. Otherwise, I was just gonna baton and try to pull the suspect out with the baton.
Okay. Another question. Once the officer that was hit, do you know of any verbal warnings given to the suspect or whoever was driving? Did you tell him, like, hey, you come back to the scene, you're going to get shot? Or, hey, you hit another officer again, you're going to get shot? Or anything like along them lines? To your knowledge, anything was that said?
No, I don't know if any verbal warnings were given, letting the suspect know to leave the area.
Okay, no problem.
That is a bit of an issue. Yeah, I can see that being an issue.
No problem. So while shots were being fired, you went in front of the vehicle. Were you hit by the vehicle?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, no problem. And to your knowledge, could you identify the driver while before the shots were fired and after the shots were fired?
No, I was unable to identify who the driver of the vehicle was. The window was likely blown out by the time it drove past me, but I was so focused on kind of running away from the vehicle so I could get a good spike position ahead of it. So I didn't see who was actually driving at that point in time. And prior to that, the window tint was so dark that it was next to impossible to see into the vehicle.
All right, perfect. That's all, Your Honor.
Okay.
All right, so say this, right?
Back
We got
over
pulled
to
over.
Prosecution. Any redirection?
There was 5 people in the car. Okay, you got it. Okay.
None for me. Mueller, anything?
Nah, I got nothing.
Okay. I guess. Was it Tips or Tibbs? Tibbs. What's your?
Tips. TIPS.
All right. Well, technically, the defense called you as a witness. So
Yeah.
before I give you your chance to give testimony, prosecution, is there anything you would like to go over or highlight in the evidence before I pass it over to the defense?
Am I allowed to say my side of what happened and shit or nah?
Just wait a sec,
Okay,
Randy.
yeah.
You're coming up soon. I'm just giving them a chance to tie their argument up.
Oh, no. I've got, that's all.
Yeah. Anything, Moosebeard, Mueller? Highlight?
Let me think. Really, other than the possessions documented, no, nothing really.
Okay, all right. Then I'm going to pass it over to the defense side of things. Mr. Bullet, whoever you want to have as your first witness, have him step forward.
Mr. Oh. No, not yet. No. Not Marriott. Mr. Orange Hair. Mr. Thatcher, I believe his name is. Or Thatch.
All right. Tips, get up
That's
here.
me, Thatch.
Oh, fuck. Tips.
Hey,
I'm
how's
gonna
it
say
going?
best or last, right,
And
Marriott?
now, because this is the defense's witness, Randy, do you want him to give his testimony like an officer would, or do you want to ask him direct questions?
Okay.
It would just be
I'll
the
ask
same
some questions.
testimony as those two.
Yeah,
to be
his
honest.
testimony is pretty much the same, I think. But there's a
Okay.
few changes.
All right. Well, so why don't you then ask specifically the questions that you want to hear his answers to? Then, all right.
Yes, sir. No problem. Appreciate that. How you doing, Mr. Tips?
Oh, I'm doing all right. I'm You know, it's a fine Monday.
Hell yeah. And are you naturally ginger or?
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's what I like to hear. All right. So my
I
question
drink
to you
Sunny
is:
D every day.
What?
after the people got shot, whoever got shot, I got shot. Where was my body once you first saw it in the vehicle?
I remember seeing it in the back middle seat.
Okay. And who was the officer that took my body out of the vehicle?
That was me.
All right, that's all, Your Honor. Oh, actually, one more. Did you see multiple people leave the vehicle?
I didn't see anybody leave the vehicle when we arrived on scene. There was just one running around behind the car wash, and that's it.
So you were riding with these two over there, correct? Mr. Moosebeard and Max Muller.
That's right.
And when you arrived, the only person that was in the car was Randy Bullitt.
Yes.
So there could be multiple individuals that ran out way before that you could not, like, you knew of, pretty much.
I mean, yeah, hypothetically, sure. But we did see one running around behind the car wash.
Okay. All right, that's all, Your Honor.
Right. Over to the prosecution. Any cross-examination for this witness?
How much Sunny D do you say you drink?
2 gallons a day.
Gallons? That's not good. That's not even real orange juice.
Yeah, man. That
It
stuff
keeps
has,
my
like,
hair nice and orange.
a ridiculous amount of sugar in that thing.
You
You're gonna have
cheese whiz
diabetes
as
for
well?
sure.
What?
You cheese whiz guy too?
No, Cheetos though. Yeah.
Okay. How big is it?
Yeah, how big is it? And when was the last time it was used?
I don't have a penis.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, shit.
I'd like it to be entered into the court record that Richard Tibbs does not have a penis.
I do not have a penis.
This court recognizes that, as ironic as it is, Richard Tips does not have a penis.
The record show that Mike Block shot it off about 10 months ago.
Record will indicate such. Perfect. That's very ironic, Mr. Tips.
No further from prosecution.
Nothing further. Any
feel-
redirect their defense?
Do you know where your penis is currently?
He obliterated it. He
Oh,
shot it off
fuck.
and came back and finished the job.
All right, that's all.
What a terrible, terrible story. All right, you can step on back there, Tips.
Cool.
All right, next witness.
It's gonna be Mr. Mario.
It's me. It's me. It's me. Me.
All right, come on up here, Mario. Now,
What's
Mario,
going on,
you
guys?
weren't here at the beginning of the trial. We were gonna wait for you, so I'm glad you made it here. Thank you for doing
Thank
so.
you.
However,
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
do need to swear you in as well. All right.
Yes. Yes.
So have
yes.
you raised your arm, please, for me?
Fuck! I can't with this microphone in my hand.
Okay. Well, the courts will consider you raising the microphone as your
Yes.
arm raised. All right. Okay.
Yes,
So do
yes.
you swear and affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalties of perjury? So help you, Nikita.
Yes. Yes. I swear. I swear. I'm not a liar. Yes.
All right. Please give your testimony when you're ready.
I'm ready. So pretty much, it was a sunny day. Me, Randy Bullington, Mr. Anto, and 2 more useless fucks were in a car. It was actually my car. And we got pulled over by cops. And Mr. Anto decided to get out of the car, be a stupid fuck he is, And then after that, we tried to pick him up. As we were trying to pick him up, I was, just checking my phone. I was in the back seat, I didn't really pay attention to what's happening. But all I heard was gunshots, and then I saw the car spike. We hit the car wash in front of the 24/7 store in the Green Gang turf, and then I saw Mr. Randy screaming out of his lungs, like, "Brother, I'm dying!" And after that, I panicked. I got out of the car and I started running. And I shortly figured that I was hit too because all my armor was gone. And I was probably, I don't know, if the cops took the casings, my blood might have been on the scene too. But I wasn't even driving either. Mr. Randy wasn't driving either. And I just want to say something. When I heard the gunshots, I look at the mirror and it was 10 cops behind the car and 1 or 2 cops in front of the car. What I want to say, if the intention was to run over the cops, the driver could run over like all the 10 cops there. But if it was only 1 cop, I assume that it wasn't intentional. You understand me, Mr. Judge? You understand me?
I understand what you're saying there, Mr. Mario. I got you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so if the intention was to run the cops, there was a lot of cops, and we could, like with a big car as A45 AMG, you cannot be like, oh, I'm just gonna run over this cop to run over him. You know what I'm saying? It's a big car, it's 5-seater. So what I'm trying to say, it was not intentional, and I was the passenger of the car, and I also got shot. Yes.
Okay, that's the end of your testimony, Mario?
Yes. And they were talking about the individual running around the car wash. That was me. I was
That was
panicking for my life. Yes, I was hit. I'm pretty sure if they collected all the casings from the scene, they probably have my blood too.
What a beast.
Okay, that's interesting. I can certainly do a check of the evidence when I do see if any of that is entered in. Unfortunately, the officers have already given their testimony, so we cannot ask them about that. I will have a couple questions for you, Mario. You
Yes.
said that you and Randy weren't the only people in the vehicle.
Yes.
Who else was in the vehicle?
It was Mr. Anto. It was a fat guy. It was a guy with a huge belly. He had a mask on. I think I've seen him before around Little Soul. I don't remember his name. And there was one more individual that didn't say a word the whole time in the car, so I don't know who the fuck he was.
And you said when the shots rang out, let me just double check it here. I believe you said that you were checking your phone in the back seat when you heard the gunshots go off. Is that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I was in the back seat. I
Were
heard
you-
the gunshots, and then I
Were you
saw
behind the driver or the passenger in the back seat?
The AMG is 5-seater. 3 people can get back. I am pretty sure I was behind the driver.
Okay, and who was right beside you in the back seat?
Mr. Randy Bullington.
Yes. Whoo, thank fuck he said that.
Let me see here. I don't have any further questions at this time. Actually, I guess
Thank you.
Randy, I didn't give you a chance before I asked my questions. Do you have any questions for Mario here?
Mario. If we
Yes,
had a
yes.
one-on-one FIFA game, who would win?
100% me. You're garbage.
Okay. No more further questions, Your Honor.
Sounds like a challenge to be resolved at a
Does,
future
does
date.
Mario know he's under oath?
Mario has been sworn in under
Okay.
oath, yes.
As long as he remembers he is under oath.
Yes, I do remember. I do.
I was about to say he's lying, but it would have
Thank
fucked
you,
me.
Thank you.
All right, with an opening like that, Moosebeard, I'm expecting some fireworks. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, I got some good ones. Mario,
Yes.
you claim to be sitting in the back seat of the vehicle. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
So you had a pretty good view of everything that was going on.
In the
Correct?
beginning, as I said, I was looking at my phone. I started to look at the things when I heard the gunshots. Yes.
Right. Okay, so when Randy hit the officer, what were your initial thoughts?
When Randy hit the officer, Randy wasn't driving, so I don't have initial thoughts on something that didn't happen.
Yeah, what a beast! What a beast.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, How about this? When Randy was shot down in the driver's seat of the vehicle, how did that make you feel?
Randy was on the back seat next to me. He wasn't on the driver's seat.
Yes.
You guys got any questions?
Nah, nothing for me.
Frick, I think we're good.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much,
All right,
Your Honor.
I
I'm
actually
gonna
do
be
have one
here.
more for you. One more for you,
Oh,
Mario.
Good, good, good.
Who was driving the vehicle when Officer Mueller was struck?
I think it was the fat fuck.
What's his name?
Unfortunately, I don't know his name. He's a fat guy. He has a big belly. Like, if you look at his belly, you can see that it's like a little bit like, outy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's out. You
Oh.
can see it. Yes, yes, yes.
That might be Rami. He's been packing lately.
Okay, thank you, Mario. I appreciate
No
your
worries,
answers for
no
the
worries.
court.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right. All right, Randy, you are up. I assume
Yes,
you
sir.
know that in order to give your testimony, you're going to be waiving your Fifth Amendment right, correct?
What the fuck is that?
Right against self-incrimination. You do not have to testify if you do not want to, sir.
No, I'll testify. Should be 8.
All right, go ahead when you're ready.
Alright, so as Mario said, we were just driving around and we got pulled over because fat fuck can't drive. I also forget the name of the fat guy. He doesn't really talk a lot and he had a mask on. We get pulled over. Anto hops out of the vehicle. I believe he has a very big gun on his back. So the cops, call for more fucking backup. I think the driver of the vehicle decided to drive off and then come back, try to pick him up. And then, he tried to pick up Anto. Gunshot started happening. I got fucking hit in the back once. I was like, fuck, I'm hit. Then I got hit again. And I just couldn't take it anymore. And I just was like, fuck it, bro. It's my time to go. Because, I can't choose when I die or not. But cops can. And I guess they chose today for me to die. And I literally died. And then, before this happened, though, there was a conversation about, watch this, watch this. Now, I actually remember this conversation. Basically, Anto Murphy is a known idiot within the Chang Gang society, within the gang. And the conversation took place with the... it was actually me. I was like, yo, watch, this guy ain't breaking cuffs. Because he was getting tased. And I think they tried to cuff him. But he actually broke out. And then the fat driver, I forgot his name, was saying, watch this. He ain't fucking breaking out the second time. And then the guy started reversing slowly. And then from what I saw, Max Muller just stood still behind the car without moving, no reflexes, nothing. A car going like 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then he was lightly tapped with the car because the Anto actually ran towards the vehicle as well. So while this happened, there's many cops running around Anto, including Max Muller. But Max Muller decided not to move or anything while this car was going like 5-10 miles per hour, reversing very slowly, carefully. I believe he even while the fat guy was reversing, he moved a bit to the left to avoid Max Muller. Or to the right, sorry, opposite direction. However, Max Muller didn't move or anything, and still he was hit. And then the gunshot started happening. I saw Mario get hit. I got hit twice, like I said. And then I just I couldn't take the pain no more. And I just felt sick, brother. And that's it. And then, since I was just a passenger, I was illegally searched. I had no control over the vehicle. I also came back GSR negative, put that for the record. Put it out there.
All right, I got that down here, Mr. Bullet. I guess you don't really have anyone to ask you. Mario, is there any questions that Randy needs to clarify?
Any questions, my brother?
Not really. I think we are good here.
You think he got it all there?
Yes, yes. I think
All
we are
right.
all good, Mr. Judge and Mr. Randy Billington.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right. Prosecution, any questions on cross-examine for Mr. Bullet?
I
GG.
got a couple questions. Give me a second. Let me think.
Randy, why did Anto have a gun anyway?
It's fucking Anto. He's dumb. I have no clue.
What, did you not say anything to him when he got in the car? Like, oi, what you doing, bro?
Because Anto, he's like, he just pops out of nowhere. I didn't even know he was in the car initially. And then when he got out of the car at the traffic stop, I was like, what the fuck? Why is this idiot getting out of the car with a gun on his back?
Why'd you try to pick him up then? Wouldn't you be like, forget that guy, he's an idiot?
How am I going to pick someone up, but I ain't that strong?
No, I mean like in the vehicle.
I'm not strong enough to pick up a car and a passenger, sir.
That's a good point.
If you mean like, you know, drive up and shit, I wasn't driving, so I couldn't do that.
Why is the steering wheel on the wrong side of the car?
Is it?
Yeah, it's on the other side for some reason. Weird.
Oh, it's a left-hand drive car.
Yeah, no, it's
Oh,
on
it
the,
is?
it's on the
It's on the
normal
right
side.
side? Oh, okay.
Yeah, look at the
Yeah.
picture.
It's on
It
the
is?
left-hand
Oh,
side.
okay.
That's an American-made car.
I thought it was a
American
Ford
made.
Focus.
I thought it was an RS6.
How
God
fast
bless
was the car
America.
going on the first incident of the when you came on scene and hit myself and Anto?
Objection. This question makes no sense because I did not drive the vehicle.
Okay, well, how fast was the car going when the vehicle? Oops, sorry.
Oh,
So
what the
sorry.
hell?
I'm so sorry. You got a bug on your face, and it was bugging me. It's been there for like 5 minutes. All right, how fast was the car going on the first instant where the vehicle hit myself and Anto Murphy?
Since I wasn't driving, I couldn't tell you exactly. But I've been in many cars. I'd say I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't even know if it hit you or not. When we arrived on scene, maybe like 10, 20 miles per hour.
Okay. And how fast was the car going the second time?
Second time, brother, I'll be real. I was getting shot. Fucking, my back is hurting. I could not tell you.
Well, the vehicle would. No one was shooting at you before the vehicle hit anyone the second time.
Wait, say that again?
No, there was no one was shooting at you when the vehicle was reversing when it hit people the second time.
No one was what?
Yeah,
I thought you got hit
shot
twice.
off. You got hit twice. Yeah.
You got hit twice. So when else? So what are you talking about?
When the vehicle struck officers the second time, how fast was the vehicle going? Because at that point, you.
Oh, when it was reversing, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was going around like 5 miles per hour, very slow.
Okay. How many officers again were there to your immediate south?
Could not tell you, sir.
Okay, I'll just go back off of your testimony. There was 10 officers to your north, 1 officer to your south.
I didn't say that, Your Honor.
How many lanes is Strawberry?
Sir, I did not say anything about 10 officers or 1.
All right. The courts will just point out here. Correct, Randy. You did not say anything. That was in Mario's testimony about how many officers were in front and behind.
Okay. How many lanes are there in Strawberry?
I have no clue, to be honest.
Okay. Okay. Okay, no worries. No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay, that will bring the testimony to a close. Mr. Bullis, since you are serving as your own defense, before I deliberate, is there anything you would like to highlight in the evidence or testimony for me to consider?
Well, anything new or just anything?
Just whatever you feel are like the important notes that you want to make sure that I look at during my deliberations.
Just a few facts. The facts officers couldn't identify the driver initially. The fact that there was multiple gunshots, not just through the front left, as you can see in the picture. The fact there was multiple individuals in the car. The fact there was no warning given to the poor guy driving. That's pretty much it. And also the illegal search when I was in the car in the back seat. They whipped me out. They instantly searched me and take all my possessions and leave fruit of the poisonous tree, and that's it.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Step on back. I'm going to go and deliberate. Yeah, thank you.
Oh my god, Mario, you came in fucking clutch, my boy.
I guess while I'm around, officers, you guys have control
You
of the
came in clutch,
courtroom.
brother. Good shit.
Anyone fleeing, it's either going to be an additional 500 months or double your time and fine, whatever is more. Okay?
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Hey, Mario, you need some food?
No, I'm good.
You're good? Okay. I went to Burger Shop beforehand.
I might try and poison you, but I don't eat it.
Yeah, I know.
Don't eat it, brother. Holy
What's gonna
fuck, you
happen?
came in clutch. I think I'm gonna get let go, I think. Maybe.
So, fuck, bro. Listen, the gun that I had on me, bro, it was
Yeah?
from a wipe, man. I wiped the cops. So,
No way, you wiped them.
yeah, man, it was a fucking meth run.
Shit, do you have any spare deagles or anything?
No, man, I got nothing. It's fine, it's fine. I will go just search the Hydra car, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, me too then. Fuck it, we get 3 deagle each. Bro, what the
Yeah.
fuck, man? These cops just start shooting at me.
I know, man.
No respect.
No
Mario, I am Mario
respect,
Gang,
man.
by the way.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
You were here for me when
Yeah.
no one else was.
I know, man. I know. You know, I didn't see my boy in the prison, and you know, I knew you already were talking about the
Bench trial.
bench. Yeah. So I was like, fuck it, let's go there, see what's going on.
We fucking destroyed them, bro. You came in with a big fucking dick and fucked all of them. Your testimony was beautiful, man.
Yeah, this guy tried to outsmart me too, man. Fucking cocksucker face.
Fucking, you see how he tried to play you, bro. He thought you were an idiot, man. You ain't no
Yeah, I
idiot,
thought
brother.
you do. Yeah, I'm fucking smart, man. I'm fucking
You're
smart
big
boy.
headed, big brain.
Yeah.
Yes, brother. Look at them fucking cunts, bro. We spitting them.
Fucking
Part two.
shit, cocksucker.
You know, I was gonna say objection, this honor, he's lying in court, but then it would have fucked me. Because you said you're gonna beat me in FIFA.
Oh. We're gonna play next week, though, okay?
Next week, but
Well,
I ain't running, I ain't hiding.
Bro, I don't want to see like 5 team of the year, okay? Please don't go full sweat.
Bro, I'm not gonna have 5, I'm gonna have 8.
What the fuck?
Hakimi coming, Van Dijk coming, Courtois, Eden Militao, left back. I'm bringing everyone. Mbappe, Messi, Haaland.
You gotta be kidding me. If you actually do that, bro, I'm gonna be so upset.
I have to do it, brother. What do you mean?
Then I might have to uninstall my game
No,
and get
chill.
into Flippy's account.
Yeah, do it. Hello, miss.
Hey, how's it going?
You think I won?
I think you did good to
Are you a lawyer?
establish reasonable doubt. Yep.
So how do you think I did on a scale of 1 to 10?
1 to 10. I think solid 7.5.
We take it. That's a win. These cops are
How
shit.
do you rate me out of 10?
Oh, 10 out of 10. 100%.
Oh,
Thank you,
really?
thank you.
Damn.
Thank you so much.
Damn. You guys want to do Dodo together?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, fuck. You have a boyfriend?
Started. No. I
I'm
don't
just
date.
single lawyer out here. I respect it.
Yeah.
But if you were dating, would you date him? If you were in another universe?
In another universe, I'd give him a shot.
Oh, hell yeah. We take it.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh my god, this is so romantic. Thank you.
Hell yeah. How long you been a lawyer for?
8 months now.
Damn.
What's your
Yeah.
name?
Anastasia.
Anastasia. Okay.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I think you did a good job at establishing reasonable doubt.
Thank you. You think I could become a lawyer?
You have potential.
Oh, thank you. Let's go.
Definitely the possessions, if you wanted to argue fruit of the poisonous tree, you needed to bring that up a lot sooner.
You think so?
Yeah, because the car
No.
was on the scene of the crime and you were in it. It gives them enough probable cause to search.
Fuck,
So you would
really?
have had to make a narrative of the car not being a part of Anto fleeing. and just being wrong place, wrong time, that it was unrelated.
Oh, fuck, man.
Basically, you had to establish that as soon as Anto got out of the car, you guys wanted nothing to do with him, and that you being there was you trying to get out of an active crime scene.
GG. Fuck.
Beyond that, everything else was done really well.
Thank you, thank you. At least I won't get the fleeing charge or running a cop over charge, I guess. Hopefully.
Hopefully. I don't know Titus as a judge, so I don't know how he's going to rule. But
What do you know him as?
I've only known him as a lawyer.
What kind of lawyer
Possibly a
was he? A
weird
crim?
chicken.
Against a crim or for the crims?
He was for the crims.
Yes!
Always on defense.
That's a good chance, no?
Yeah, he always did a good job. He worked his hardest for his clients. So I can definitely see him looking favorably on your argument.
What we like to see. Would they
if it
give me
was
my
nice, you'd
illegal
get it.
shit back or nah?
If he does take your argument of fruit of the poisonous tree, you should get it back. If he doesn't, no.
Wait, I can get all my illegal shit back.
Yeah, only if he does
If he
rule that
says
it was
it.
fruit. Yeah. Because if it was fruit of the poisonous tree, they had no right to take it in the first place. So even though it is illegal, they have to give it back.
Okay, alright. Guess we'll see. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, now
pray.
you know for next time.
Yeah, true, true. Live and you learn.
Next time you'll be 10 out of 10. Easy.
Easy peasy, let's go.
Exactly. I'd love to know what's taking him so long.
Think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
That usually is a good thing for defense because it means that he really has to look at the evidence and the testimony. There's a lot to think about. Because if it was going to be found on the prosecution, it shouldn't take long if there's no reasonable doubt.
Oh.
So the longer it takes, the more chance that there is doubt there that's going to help you.
Yeah, I respect it.
Boom, 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 boom,
What the fuck are they doing?
boom, boom.
I don't know. Weird cops.
Yeah, I think they all just collectively
that
lose
right?
their minds at some point in their shift.
Yeah.
Come on.
At the very least, with how long he's taking, even if he finds you guilty, should get time served for detention and the bench trial. And if you don't, call bullshit.
Alright. Fuck, man.
Do you know how many strikes they gave the car?
I have no idea because I don't even know what the charges are. I came in a little bit late.
Dang, okay. Actually, I can go and check, right, at the at the front desk.
I think it's in the legislation. Strikes. Where
Oh,
is it?
charges here.
Oh shit! All right, back to your desk. Good luck.
Is everyone ready?
No.
Yeah, we are ready.
Yeah, dollars and tips. We're ready.
All right, I'm going to call this court back into session at this time.
Oh god, please.
Okay, Mr. Bullitt, I have deliberated over the evidence and testimony given to me today. Officers, I heard from you about the situation. I think you all provided a lot of good information. However, when it comes to weighing everything, specifically, there was some physical evidence of a bullet hole, and based on Mueller's description of where he was when he fired that bullet and where Randy said he was, as well as where Mario said Randy was, it does follow that Randy may very well have been in the rear middle seat when he was fired upon. It is inconclusive to me whether he was actually there or whether he was the driver and got switched at a later time. And as he was not in control of the vehicle, I cannot find him guilty of assault with a deadly weapon.
Yes!
However, I'm not sure if I would have as well, because it did sound like it was kind of like a situation where they were trying to pick up their friend. I think you may have been hit accidentally, Mr. Mueller. That being said, and the next charge of felony obstruction of justice comes up. Mr. Bullitt, you were in that vehicle while it was attempting to obstruct justice. You may not have been the driver of that vehicle, but you were in there, and you were in there on your own volition. So I'm going to find you guilty of accomplice to felony obstruction of justice. Because you are guilty of felony obstruction of justice, I am still going to go through the possessions. I do not feel it was an illegal search. You do have
How does that make sense?
all of these possessions that you are charged for. Criminal possession of a firearm class 1, possession of contraband in the 3rd degree, felony possession of heroin, and misdemeanor possession of a controlled dangerous substance, oxy or meth. You had all those on you. I'm finding you guilty of those charges. So for the officers, it is not guilty of assault with a deadly. It is accomplice felony obstruction of justice, and the possessions are guilty. As Mr. Bullitt has been very good and cooperative with this court, I'm going to recommend lenient sentencing. However, I'm going to ultimately leave the decision up to you. That is the findings of this court.
How can I
Thank
be
you
a-
very much, everyone, for coming in today, and hope you have a pleasant one after.
Amend the charges.
Thank you.
What the fuck? Wait, how can I be an accessory to felony obstruction if I have no
Come here, real
control
quick,
of
man.
it?
Okay.
You were in the vehicle that was actively obstructing justice.
You want me to jump out a moving vehicle?
I mean, if it was slowing down enough to pull up to pick someone up, Mr. Bullitt, I would like to think that there are some actions you can take on your part to not be in that vehicle.
But with your logic, you said whoever was driving technically got assault with a deadly weapon. So if he's going at a speed where the car was used at a deadly weapon, then how can I jump out of that speed? If you know what I'm saying?
He may not even have gotten that. I understand what you're saying, Mr. Bullitt. I don't think you were. I don't think that it's been proven that you were the driver, but I do think it's been proven that that vehicle was attempting to obstruct justice. You were in that vehicle, therefore you are an accessory
But
to
what
that
what
charge.
justice if no cop is saying leave the area now? You know, because that's like me saying, right? If I'm getting chased by cops and I run towards a car, right? That means that whoever that is in driving is everyone in that car felony obstruction.
Mr. Bullitt, I don't think that the cops need to tell you to leave the area when you're trying to put a handcuffed person in the vehicle. All right.
He was. Who said he was handcuffed? And who said we were trying to put him in
Or
the vehicle?
attempted to be handcuffed.
He was on foot and he ran towards our car.
What? Wasn't there a whole situation where he was breaking cuffs and trying to get back in, and this whole
No.
thing going on? I literally have that in the testimony, Mr.
Yeah,
Bullitt.
he literally ran over to the car like twice.
Yeah, he ran over to our car. So yeah, while he's getting chased by cops. Yeah, he wasn't in
that-
cuffs though.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
he was only in
regardless,
cuffs after,
if
but
he's
nonetheless
being
still.
chased by cops, that's obstruction of justice. It is.
But he didn't get in our car.
That doesn't need. He doesn't. Do you want me to read you obstruction of justice?
Yeah, but if he's running towards the car, right? Just any car, how can you say that's obstruction of justice? Felony obstruction. He didn't. He wasn't in the car. He never. Like, he
The
ran towards it.
testimony
Sure.
The officers gave convinced me that the vehicle was attempting to pick up Anto Murthy in order to evade police. They even opened fire on the car to stop it from happening. I'm convinced that obstruction of justice was happening, and you were in the vehicle, Mr. Bullitt. You are an accessory. to
No,
that charge.
man. They didn't shoot to stop Anto getting in. They shot because they thought the driver was running cops over.
Yes, but it was still during a situation where felony obstruction of justice was taking place. It doesn't change the fact that this was occurring.
But what the fuck is the felony obstruction? What, the guy running towards our car? I don't get it. He was never in our car or he was touched the handle or anything. He just ran towards it.
intentionally hinders the discovery, apprehension, conviction, or punishment of a person who committed a crime, including intentionally involving oneself in an ongoing criminal act or investigation in such a way that peace officers are impeded from administering justice. I believe that car was involved in that, Mr. Bullet, based on the testimony and evidence provided to me today.
Damn, man. All right. So next time I get
All
pulled
right.
over, I want everyone getting speeding tickets, not just one guy.
Well, I mean, if you're the driver, you're getting that speeding ticket, right?
Everyone should get it then. They're all accessory to it. Why didn't they get out of a car? You know, why did they allow the driver to speed over 100 miles per hour? Same shit. Because technically that car, as it was mentioned, was it was a part of the traffic stop. And then once they saw Anto leave, as I stated, we drove off because we didn't want anything to do with it, right? I in my statement, the driver of the vehicle drove off because Anto got out of the car with a class 2 on his back. And then we drove off.
And then you came back.
We didn't come back to pick him up.
It sure sounded like it.
No.
I'm convinced you
What was
did.
the intent of reversing then?
To avoid the cops, the spikes and the cop in front. Because the cop was saying
Spikes didn't
spikes.
come out until afterward, Mr. Bullet. I understand where
Nah,
you're coming from.
you're fucking biased, man.
I don't think so. I don't think
You're
so.
biased, brother.
All
We were
right,
trying
all
to
right.
reverse.
If you say so, Mr. Bullet, I stand by my words. If you want to discuss this at a later time, we can. But for the now, how about we just get everyone processed and move it on? All right.
Nah, man.
Well, he's been here longer than his sentencing anyway, so he's just getting like a little
Alright,
bit
yes.
of parole, like
All right,
120.
just giving
I'd
them
say.
time served. All right, sounds good. sounds
Yeah,
good. All
like
right.
so time served 120 parole.
All right.
Da-da-da.
I just love to argue, to be honest, chat. Thank you.
How many strikes is the car getting?
It was just put in for evidence of a crime.
Chat, the
That's like
logic
one
makes
strike?
sense.
I
Are
think
you
it was
dumb?
one, yeah. Is it your car? Mario?
If I get out of the car, chat, you don't think I'm getting tased and detained? Like what?
Appreciate
You
your
guys
honor.
are
Thank you.
stupid.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks.
Thank you,
Mullet.
thank you.
Hey,
By the way,
thanks,
officer,
Mullet.
oh, Mr. Judge, you know if I get out of that car, these guys are just going to tase me and fucking arrest me anyway.
I mean, I think there's ways to. I mean, I wasn't there. Obviously, I didn't see exactly the situation. That made Mr. Bullet just come down to choosing better friends.
Wow, that's fucked, man.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good to see you
You're-
guys. Have a good rest
You're
of your
welcome,
day.
Moosebeard. I mean, if there is that side of things, Mr. Bullet, where if you're going to voluntarily get into the vehicle with your friends and they're going to get up to no good, you're going to
But how
suffer the
do I know that,
consequences,
man?
sir. Well, you're going to have to make that decision.
I got a question then. So if I get in a car
Yeah,
with
what's up?
someone like Mario and
Yeah.
he just decides to run over a cop, I'm getting an accessory to that?
I wouldn't say so. So if again, so okay, so let's say let's say in this instance they could prove that you were the driver. Okay.
Yeah.
And I could prove that and I could charge you as the driver. I wouldn't charge Mario as accessory to that because you're in control of the vehicle and you
Yeah.
did it. All right. What I would say is for the obstruction of justice, you were in the vehicle, you were working together as a group. The group, whether it was you individually in control of it or not, was involved in trying to pick up your friend. That's obstruction of justice. I'm hitting you with it. That's
But
my
how was I
rationale there.
involved? I don't get it. But how do
You're-
you think I'm involved in a car reversing to Anto to pick him up? I'm just wondering.
Yeah, so the evidence that the officer gave me, their testimony about the situation that occurred, the fact that there was they were hit, including Anto. The vehicle drives forward, the vehicle backs up, comes again. There was an opportunity for the vehicle to leave. I feel the vehicle was involved in trying to help Murphy. That's just kind of the way I look at it. So yeah, that's why I found you guilty.
But so my question is, sorry, how do you think I was involved in felony obstruction? Like, what do you think I did? Do you think I told them to fucking reverse, or do you think I was sitting on the driver's lap helping him reverse?
At this point, you were in the vehicle. I can't say for certain what exactly role you played, Randy. I can't. It's not definitive to me. I can't say if you were the driver. I can't say if you were the person who said, watch this, watch this. I can't say that. But I can say you were in the vehicle. I can say the vehicle was involved in trying to obstruct justice. You were an accomplice to that. You were there.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I get what you're saying, but then how come he didn't get charged with it?
I mean, that's the way I look at things. Just because that's the way I look at it
And
doesn't
why
mean that
felony?
that's the way that whoever... Well, because it was intentional. If it was misdemeanor, if it was like an accidental one, it'd be misdemeanor, right? The vehicle had the
But it
opportunity to
isn't.
leave.
It's not my fault.
It
Like,
came back a couple times. No, you got in the vehicle with the people who were going to do it, so it's your fault, right? That's the thing.
but we were
You're
already
gonna-
in the vehicle at the traffic stop, sir.
But if you're in the vehicle with people who are going to be engaging in those activities, Mr. Bullet, unfortunately, sometimes you're going to reap
But
those
what
consequences.
if I don't know they're gonna do it?
That's still your responsibility. Being ignorant is not an excuse.
So,
Unless,
but then that
you could-
that doesn't work then, because if I'm in a car, Mario runs over a cop. Why am I with Mario if he's gonna run over a cop? Then I should get charged with it as well, right? With that logic, ignorance is not an excuse. I'm still in the car. There's no difference.
I mean, typically in our jurisdiction, the charges for running over people, well, or basically anything when you're the driver, are given to you exclusively as the driver, right? Unless like
Yeah.
someone's coming in as like, you know, an accessory to say like a GTA thing, and they're picking somebody up or whatever.
Yeah.
Then maybe they get charged a little bit differently or something along those lines, right? But generally, if you're the driver and you're in control of the vehicle, and it's a lot of those charges that are like specifically for the driver, we just kind of have the way to charge people as it's the driver's decision, right? In this
Yeah.
instance, again, I think that the whole vehicle was involved in trying to obstruct justice. You were in the vehicle, you were found. That's kind of my,
Yeah, but I
that's my
guess
ruling on this one.
it's like if we're all on foot and I tackle a cop, then fair enough. But I did literally nothing. I just sat in a car. I didn't sit on the driver's lap to help him reverse or tell him, you know, move that way, do this way. Like, there was no proof
I
I was
said-
involved with the felony obstruction, because the felony obstruction was the driver picking up Anto on foot.
Which is why I charged you as an accomplice, right?
But how can I help with the driver? You said
You don't need to help. You just need to be present.
but just my presence alone is that's enough.
In this instance, I deem it enough. Yes.
So say for example, I'm just driving in a taxi, right? And the guy decides to pick up some guy running from a bank. That's it. I'm already guilty then?
If you guys are picking up someone from
No,
running
you
from a
guys,
bank,
he
absolutely,
pick-
you're
he
getting those
picks them up.
consequences. I mean, I think everything has context to it, Mr. Bullet, and I think part of the context of this case is why I did find you guilty, because I couldn't say for certain if you were the driver or if you
Yeah.
were involved in some other way. Okay, I think the context of that situation you gave me matters as well.
Yeah.
If you can show that you were actively like, no, don't pick this guy up. Maybe you indicated to the officers like, hey, I'm not involved in this. I'm gonna get out as soon as I can. You know, I mean, I think there's all sorts of things that can contribute to it. And I don't want to say that anything is like a hard and fast rule, right? Because you know as well as I do, some of it is how the police are prosecuting, how the judge is. You know, I might rule different than Crane might rule. I do want to be standardized as much as I can, but I mean, this is a bench trial, and I don't want to keep you guys waiting for 3 hours while I double check with Crane to make sure my rulings are all in order, right? So I felt pretty comfortable on this one, but I mean, again, if you have an issue, I'm certainly willing to consider.
Well, I just feel like you couldn't prove that. I mean, like you said, like there was no statement saying that I was like, oh, please put my hands up, yo, officers, I'm trying to leave. But there was also no evidence that I was the one helping, saying, do it, go pick him up and shit. It was kind of like, so you're going off, I don't know, maybe the fact that it's Shangang, maybe. Like not Shangang, but because we're in a gang, I guess, together.
I mean, in the gang, yes. I mean, specifically which gang, I don't really care.
Yeah.
In this instance, yeah, I mean, in this instance, I do feel that the group that was in the vehicle was, you know, together doing whatever it is you were doing. I don't know what activity you were doing. I have no idea, right? And I feel that Anto was being arrested for his whatever. He was being an idiot. He got out of the car with a class 2 that tipped. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
But I do feel the vehicle was trying to pick him up. And because you were in the vehicle, I'm lumping you in with the vehicle. All right.
Yeah, but that's like saying if a vehicle hits a cop, then everyone in that vehicle is getting fucked. It just doesn't work, I guess. Maybe it's just different for felony. I don't know. But yeah, what I'm saying, it just feels like it doesn't make sense.
I get exactly what you're saying. I do. Personally, I feel it with like the felony obstruction. I feel like that's a little bit more of like a less of an individual charge and more of like a this is what we're doing kind of a charge, like in terms of like
yeah,
you know, like I guess I'm just picturing like let's say instead of felony obstruction, It's you busted someone out of a transport to the prison, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then so everyone in that vehicle, again, whether there's even any evidence about what they said or did or whatever, like let's just say there's no evidence they shot. It's just some people pulled up in the vehicle. The people in the bank that are being busted loose jump in the car. You guys drive away. Eventually, they find the vehicle with everyone in there still, and they charge the people that are in the vehicle with assistance of a jailbreak. I think it's kind of very similar in that way to me, where it's like you're kind of this is the job, if you were, that you were doing. You were busting out a bank robbery.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
That's kind of the way I
But
looked
that's
at it. I guess.
pre-planned. You know what I mean? If you're doing a massive fucking transport, then you can articulate it was pre-planned. This was literally like the driver got pulled over, right? And then he drove away from the cops to evade them because they called for backup. Then the driver came back after Anto was getting tased, and then Anto ran towards the car. So it's not like it was planned. It was just like the driver just made that decision in that moment.
That's fair. What I'll do, Randy, is I will talk this over with the other judges, make sure that my logic is okay, and if I need to correct it, I'll correct it. All right?
Yeah, no problem. I'm just wondering, so I know for the future, you know? I'm not saying
No,
you're wrong or
absolutely.
anything. I just want to make sure I'm... Maybe
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
And I use all of these as a learning experience. So it's possible that my interpretation might be a little off, but I mean, you make the best decision you can with the information available to you at the time, right? So.
No, of course, and I appreciate it, Your Honor. Thank you for your time and coming out to this bench trial.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate the feedback and just the polite and civil nature. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Of course. All right, you have a great day, sir.
Yeah, you too.
Bye.
Thank you.
Where do I get all my shit at, by the way? After all the way to prison?
I think or from the officer. Yeah, I think either the prison or get the officers to take you down. So probably prison's the easiest one.
You have a car, Mario? All right, thank you, sir.
Yeah, have a good one.
Yeah. I
It's a
saw one.
lose-lose, but if you get out of the car, you get fucking tased and searched anyway.
Yeah.